Welcome, everybody, to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and Attention Coach, 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒. Recently, I've been on a little bit of a kick to talk about self-awareness. I do a lot on this channel. We talk about working memory. We talk about emotional self-regulation. At the core, all of it's about self-awareness because self-awareness is a huge predictor of success in life, or highly correlated. So today, I'm here to talk about self-awareness and share a funny little story, but relate it back to something we can all understand. If you haven't noticed, the world is trying to remove the barriers, making it easier for you to get to things. In other words, making it harder for you to self-regulate. Back in the day when I was in college, if I saw something I wanted to buy, I couldn't buy it because I'd have to wait till Monday to go to the bank when it was physically open to go get cash in order to buy it. Often I'd have this great idea, and the weekend would go by, and it was too much trouble to go to the bank and spend the money. Now you just go to Amazon, click on what you like, and all of a sudden it shows up at your door. There's really no barriers. It just makes it easy. There's other things that we have. Credit cards have actually made it easier for us to get kind of there and more self-serve, where just stuff shows up at your door. If you think about it, society is actually working against you. I don't know about you, but you have some device that, or some technology that you've got a bit of a challenge on, and you just really need somebody on the phone within, I don't know, 5 seconds. You could probably resolve the issue. But more and more, you've got to sit on the IVR for 6 hours trying to get somebody from overseas that's reading a script that tells you that they're there, they hear you, they're here to solve your problem. They want to solve their problem, that you're really respected, something like that, and they want to be cordial and curt. Listen, you haven't solved my problem, you haven't asked my problem. The point really is they're putting a lot of barriers between you and actually making the phone call to clog up the lines. It's interesting, they call it or customer service. That's kind of an attitude. It's not really a department. And it's not something you try to get rid of. You try to make customers happy. But my point really is that often there's no longer these pauses in here to keep you from self-regulate. And often society's putting barriers in there so that you're not patient and so that they don't have to provide services. So how did this all come about? Well, I was recently coaching an individual who was really struggling with the pause. One day came up with a clever idea. They're going to handcuff themselves to their desk. That way, if they needed to escape what they were doing, then there would be a physical reminder, and they would have to yell in the other room to get somebody to come get the key to unlock the handcuff, and they would have to explain why they really needed to get on handcuff and why it wasn't a ploy just to escape what's going on. As a pause, if you watch my other videos, thinking inside your head is difficult for people with ADHD, particularly when something's ambiguous. Often you want to escape. So it was kind of funny because the idea was to chain himself to his desk so that he could create awareness every time he wants to escape, to actually think, how can I make thinking easier? My point of this video is really have the self-awareness sometimes that you've got to put something in place to make it more difficult for you to override your urge and get you to pause and think from a self-awareness perspective. A lot of problem with phones with people lately is they probably need to keep it outside the room, but they bring it with them and they can't override the urge to go to it when stuff is difficult. Anyway, my point really is sometimes you got to put these obstacles up to give you a built-in pause to have you have the self-awareness to think. I hope this has given you pause to think. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe, hit the subscribe button. If you're an existing viewer, hope you like our content. Please share your thoughts, and if there's anything to add. Also, we do what we do for you. Actually, I pay for this and don't really make a lot of revenue off of it, and we certainly appreciate contributions if you hit the thanks button. With that, we hope you've enjoyed this edition of Attention Talk Video. Take care.